And now for something completely different. Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne, and I am looking like I'm somewhere exotic, but I'm not. I'm actually in Corby, and this place that I'm here at the moment, which looks absolutely amazing, is about, I don't know, a 5-minute walk from my house, which is pretty cool. And the reason I've come here, because this was a filming location for the 1984 Val Kilmer film, Top Secret. Now, if you're a fan of Airplane or The Naked Gun or anything like that, it's the same people that were responsible for Top Secret. So I thought it'd be fun to have an adventure, look at some of the filming locations for that film, and also have a look around the wild gardens here. I've been here quite a few times. It's one of my favourite places to go, and it's a good place to practice this walk that I'm planning to do next year. In the last week, I've done quite a bit of work on that walk. I've been walking almost 7 miles a day. And Mrs. World of Wayne's happy because I finally bought my first item of gear. So I bought a rucksack. Oh, and some merino socks and a base layer top. I won't tell her how much they were unless she watches this video, but I'll show you them at the end of the stream. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, something completely different, but if you are interested in films and stuff like I am, it's good to see some of these filming locations, especially ones that are on your doorstep. Now, this film came out in 1984, and it was certainly a funny film at the time. Slapstick comedy, everything you like. If you liked Airplane, you'd love a film like this. But you would be forgiven for thinking that most of this was filmed in California, when in fact, most of it was filmed in the UK. In fact, the opening shots of skeet surfing looks like a beach like Malibu, but in fact, it was Holywell Bay down in Cornwall, which I had the luck of visiting a couple of years ago. Here's what it looks like now. But today I'm specifically at Rockingham Castle to match up some of the scenes that were filmed here. Now, the scale model of the castle that you see in the film is actually in the castle itself here. Unfortunately, I have a no filming policy, so I can't film that, but if you want to see that scale model, visit the castle.
Stay behind the guards. As soon as we get round this corner, we'll break away from the herd. Okay?
Now, this scene was a puzzler for me. I don't know if it was filmed here at all, but if you look on the left door at the side there, it looks a lot like the door that you see in this video, so it may have been a fascia that's been put on afterwards, but that's pretty much what was filmed at Rockingham Castle. So check out this view of Rockingham Hill, down into Rockingham village there. You won't believe this is Corby. It's lovely. Look at it. Okay, I'm going to show you now a 400-year-old elephant hedge. From what I understand, it was built in the early 17th century. I say built, planted. And this isn't strictly a hedge. I believe it's some breed of yew, Y-E-W-U, but it's a pretty impressive feat. You'll see what I mean when we have a look at it. But there you go, 400 years old. That's pretty pretty crazy. Now way off in the distance there we've got the village of Caldicot, which leads to a place called Harringworth, which has got a big viaduct. But this is how rural this is. Now you'd think for a steel town you wouldn't get this much rural stuff, but since the steelworks went, it's become very, very rural. Now the reasons I've come here is to actually visit the Wild Garden, but I'll be going down there in a second. It's pretty impressive, but there's all sorts of places to explore here, as you can see. But we've got the rose garden coming up. Now this has just been replanted, so that's why it's not as big as it used to be. But this used to be massive rose trees, but they've actually pulled them all out, ready to start again. They were getting a bit leggy. I think they might have been infested as well, I don't know, with the old black spot. But in a few years, this is going to look pretty cool. Now remember, this is a private residence, so the owners still live here. So most of the time this place is closed. It's only on Sundays and Tuesdays that it's open. I think this is where the actual owners live, around this side here. So, you know, I'm just walking around in their backyard. Now this is the entrance to the walled garden here. I say it's a walled garden, it's more of a hedged wall garden, which you can pretty much get lost in, because it is kind of like a maze. But down some of these routes you do have some little mystery things. Let's have a look what we've got down this one. We've got a bug hotel here. Let's look at the next one. I think I'm lost. Okay, this has slightly changed, I think. Let me just look down here. We're looking for a big water feature. Aha. There you go. And in the middle of this garden you've got this centerpiece here. It's a lovely day today. It's still the end of April, but it's about 19 degrees. Did you see that rabbit then? But this is basically just outside the castle. This is the immediate gardens. I'm going to go into the wild gardens though, because that's where you can get lost and things can eat me. So I'm going to go back to where we saw that gate and head off down there. I didn't think that gate was going to open. It's quite stiff. Anyway, we're through. Things are going to get a little bit wild now, literally. But whatever you do, do not pick the flowers. Okay, you can do this route two ways. I can do it from the entrance, or as I've done it, from the house. And the reason being is because this is quite a steep incline. If I put the camera straight, you can see how much of an incline that actually is. So I've got to walk down here. Quite a steep drop off on that side as well. Now they've got some really exotic plants and trees and shrubbery in this place. I don't know what some of these plants are, but this is protected. This wasn't here last year, so I don't know what this is. Check that out though. Something that has been here for years though, I do recognise, is this monkey puzzle tree. A couple of years ago we had a really bad frost and this, I thought this was dead, but look at it, it's thriving at the moment. No castle would be complete without a lake or a moat or something like that, so that's what's over here. We do have a little water feature here though. Let's check that out. Let's see how clear that water is. Now that goes down into the lake below us, because if I turn around here, it's actually coming out here. Now I'm not going to do it today, but there's a path there that leads all the way up into this ridge over here. And there's not much on this ridge, but at the far end of the ridge there is actually a small pet cemetery. We buried about 6 or 7 of the family pets there. And for any of you horticulturalists over there, these are gunneras. This is your Gunnery Manicata. These things grow with leaf size of like 6 foot. But this is what they look like when they're tiny. They've actually die off during the winter, which is why it looks like this. But yeah, when these grow, if I come back late summer, you see how big these actually are. They're like your dinosaur plant. I think they're also called Brazilian rhubarb or something. You can hear the bells ringing. Now, rather than go all the way to the other side of the castle, I probably am going to go back up that ramp again, because I'm a glutton for punishment, because I fancy a cup of tea. Okay, this tree here, I believe, is part of the walnut family, and again, in the summer, you can probably see that there's some strands hanging down off the tree here. The flowers get really long, almost touching the ground in a big long vine. But again, this tree has been here absolutely years. You didn't think I was like some sort of gardener, did you? Oh, this is fun though. So I am going to walk up to the castle, and the next time you'll see me, I'll be sitting down having a coffee. And I'm well aware that the continuity of this video is all over the place, because I haven't even recorded an introduction yet. Perhaps I'll do that when I'm having a nice seat.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're going off the beaten track again now, the church here. But there's a sign here that says Ice House. So I'm going to go look at the ice house. This is a bit of a distance from the castle, which is over there at the moment. But a steep hill going down. I'm guessing this is where they used to store the ice and try and keep it cool without melting. Obviously the blocks would have been so big. Can you hear that motorcycle? We're by a main road here on the other side of the trees here. But this is the ice house. So yeah, look, they'd come in as massive blocks of ice, and even though they'd melt, they should last quite a while. But let's see if we can see anything. Oh, it's a lot cooler in here, that's for sure. Wow. Now here's a memory trigger alert. At Halloween, they have sort of like a ghost hunt around the castle. But they also have an event where at the top of this hill here, they have loads of pumpkins, and they'll have a witch at the bottom of that hill. And the idea is to roll the pumpkins down the hill, and whoever gets it closest to the witch will win a prize. It's been many years since I did that, that's for sure. I do think the only other thing to show you is that there's a scene where one of the guards is standing up here, and in the background you can see this church tower with a bell in it. That's what you heard ringing earlier. Well, that's just there. Now this is where the car park is, just down there in the entrance. you remember that walled garden that I was at? Well, there's another entrance to it just there. Now in the summer, this whole area here gets transported back in time to medieval times because we have a great big jousting competition going on. That happens here. It's normally on Father's Day in June. And they'll have ye olde Renaissance fair over here. There's that wall garden again, look. But it's a lot of fun. And then just where those trees are in the distance, if I was to continue following that wild garden down here, that's where it would have come out. So I'm just going to pitch up a chair and have a chat with you. And there you go, that was pretty much the first World of Wayne Adventures that's branded as World of Wayne Adventures on the channel. So I don't know who's going to like this, but for me it's a video diary of what I'm getting up to for the start of this preparation for this 96 mile walk. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, take care.